Hey Devines! I wanted to come in and introduce myself, of course, so we can get ready for Tutorial Tuesday. Today's topic, as you can see, is about edges. Edges. Hey! Welcome. Come in. It is a couple minutes before 7, so we want to just welcome everyone. So anyone that has not come to a Tutorial Tuesday before, you know what it is. All right. Okay. So Tutorial Tuesdays are basically a little snippet of what my virtual sessions look like, and you guys get it for free. So it is a free hour session where we're talking about any and everything about what you all want to learn how to do, whether it is natural hair, makeup, or nails. And then I also have this little bit of snippet that I do with self-care and self-love. It's the little counselor in me. So this is where you are to feel like you're in a safe space where you can really ask questions one-on-one, straightforward, get to the nitty-gritty, and get your hands dirty. So you guys get a chance to literally do whatever I'm doing right there, live, in person. So please stay engaged. Put your questions in the question box if you're on Instagram, and in the chat if you're on Facebook. Yes, I do save the lives. That is my little gift to you. That's why my Tutorial Tuesdays are called a free gift for you. Okay? So this platform is really used to share my knowledge with other divines. So not only can you get served by me and I style your hair or do your makeup, the purpose is that you can take a little bit with you. My biggest thing is, of course, I have a little bit of educator in me. Okay, a lot of me. And so I like to educate my divines as well as show them and teach them with hands-on activities, right? That's really what this is, okay? I have some more teachers in the chat. I see you. Hey. So let's get started. I want to show you what I have in front of me for you all to really get ready. So turn the volume up so as I say these things, you can go grab them, okay? The biggest thing is the brush. Okay, Devine? The biggest thing is the brush. Hey. I have multiple brushes here. Yes, I brought all my tools, and I'm going to add in rat tail comb because some divines like to use a rat tail comb for the edges. It's up to you. It's your preference. You know what you do best. A little bit about me. I have a little creative artistic side in me, so I prefer all things in brushes, whether it's a paintbrush, a makeup brush, hairbrush. I'm a brush kind of girl. Okay, but I have combs ready. I can show you that. Also, you want a comb sometimes that has the metal tip, and that's for like detailing and styling, but that is where these edge brushes come into play. Okay, these are detailers. So you have one where it comes with a metal tip and it has the comb and brush in. You want to make sure the brush is nice and thick and that it has a little bit of coarseness but a little bit of movement. Those are the best edge brushes, okay? You also have this type of detailer, which is the smaller version of this one. This one is the beauty. We'll get to her. She's purple. You see there's a, like, I like to call this in the spatula, but this is the side that like curves and slices and dices. I don't want to call it a knife because like that's just kind of scary. But then you have the tiny comb on this end. Then you have the wide tooth comb on this end. And then the thick coarse brush that I was mentioning. So this is another good brush as well. Now let's talk about the beauty, okay? This is the stallion right here, okay? Not only is she one of the biggest brushes, but she is phenomenal. So this end is one of the detailer ends. So it's has that trapezoid shape on the end. It functions the same as this one, but this one has a more of a curve to it. So, okay, you all can decide, all right? You see what I'm saying? Mind you, all these brushes you can get at the beauty supply. Yes, I got them for $1. Glamour on a budget, okay? But look at the brush on this end of this one. This has been my new favorite, which I'm going to be using today because of all of this hair. But you will see why I like this brush so much. And then this right here is actually a comb. So each of these is a very small tooth comb. So that is something that you use to really straighten the hair and smooth it as you lay it down. Okay. Okay, the chat is flying already. Hello, Devines. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, we miss you too. I've never seen a flat end before. I know, right? The flat end is very interesting. So I don't really use this end as much. I would use, if I had to really use a detailer, I would just bust out the rat tail comb end or the spatula. Okay, it's a knife. But anyway, honey, my beauty store needs to step his game up. We don't got that. No. Hey, Devines. Hey, come on in. Okay, if your beauty supply does not have these things, yes, they are sleeping. I am currently in Chicago, so you guys know that we have the goodies, okay? If you cannot find this, hit me up. Let's talk. Because I say that because with my Devines, I normally do all of the supplies grabbing for my Devines. Not necessarily their product, but I do end up purchasing the hair and things like that for my clients, and I provide the product. So if it's something where you're like, okay, I really don't have it, let me know. You can like just send me the shipping or whatever. I'll pick it up for you. You can get one too, okay? Just send me a DM, okay? So that's that. And of course, we gotta talk about the old-fashioned way. A solid toothbrush. So if you don't have any of those fancy combs or brushes or edge brushes, go in the bathroom, go get an old toothbrush right now. Go wash it with soap. And bring it back. Let's play with it. And then you can get a new toothbrush, for tomorrow. But let's get an old toothbrush. This one is a brand new one. I always keep a brand new toothbrush on deck just in case I can't find any of this stuff, or even if you go on a trip and you forget your edge brush, do you go buy a toothbrush to fix your edges, or you just say forget it, they're not getting done? Let me know. This one is a cool one that we ran into. This is a bamboo brush with the black bristles on the end. Honestly, I'm not too much of a fan of it. It's very coarse and it's okay, but as you can see, it clumps up at the beginning with all the edge control, and it doesn't really provide that like movement. Remember I mentioned these brushes are very thick, coarse, but a little bit of flexibility with them. These have better brush ends. So if you're going to pick a toothbrush, let me point out to you, this toothbrush isn't even the best toothbrush to use. The best toothbrush to use for your edges is the Oral-B toothbrush with the rubber ends and the brush in the middle. That toothbrush is the best edge brush you can buy, okay? But of course, you're gonna pay more money for a toothbrush than you would for a beauty supply edge brush. So I'm just saying. I'm excited. I'm about to try to do it with you. Yes, do it with me. We bring fancy or simple. I'm gonna of course start with the basics. We do basics. We do one-on-one for our Tutorial Tuesdays, and if we have extra time, we'll get a little fancy. I'm about to catch a flight, but glad it's recorded. Have fun. Safe trips, safe travels. Yes. You can always go back and watch it, not only on IGTV but YouTube. And of course, I keep the Facebook ones as well. Is that a bamboo toothbrush? Exactly. That's what I was saying. So technically, they marked it as an edge brush, but I believe it was a bamboo toothbrush. Okay, and I think with the black bristles, it was meant for like the new like charcoal vibe. You brush your teeth with charcoal. I think that's what this brush was originally functioned for. Now, let's talk about edge controls. So we have the tool, but what about the product? Remember, Devines, we take notes. So pens and paper, I have my notebook ready. I'm about to give you products to use for their edges, okay? Now, surprisingly, and this depends on your hair porosity and depends on your hair type, having a misting spray bottle is gonna help you with your edges. You can use only the product, but sometimes you need just a little bit of water, okay? For me today, I'm gonna need a little bit of water. As you can see, this is actually the twist out from our Tutorial Tuesday last week. I still have it. I still have been fluffing it. Remember I mentioned separate it a little bit day by day. I am still separating. As you can see, I still have some in the front that haven't been separated yet. So we're going to be working with these edges. Okay, so a little bit of spritz for that. some of my favorites. The Red Top Eco Styling Gel. You gotta have the red top. Not the blue one, not the gray one, not the olive oil and all that. This is the argan oil one. You need the red top. Okay? This one's hold is very great. Great. And I'm showing you these two first because these are typically just for styling or braiding and they're not meant for edges, but I'm giving you some gems. These are bomb, low-key edge controls, okay? The Shine and Jam Conditioning Gel with the extra hold, and it is the yellow top. So there are a bunch of different colors of this. I have not tested those on my hair personally, but I know that this one smells amazing and it works phenomenally. So when you know something that works, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? So this one is I normally use for my French braids. I use this on all my clients with their French braids. It has a very good hold and we realize that it works really good on edges, okay? That's that one. Now, actual edge controls. Someone said that green top made me mad. Okay, that green top eco styler, it's best for wash and goes, not your edges, okay? That one functions like the extreme styling gel. I have that as well, but that's not really the focus of today. But if you know what I'm talking about, the big bucket you can get for $2, it's the wet line. It's water-based, it's not gel-based. So when you apply it, it's just gonna either make your hair curl up or it's gonna be for play. You just playing at that point. Okay, we're looking for hold. Now, let's talk about these two, because these two have really good holds. Even 48 Hour and the Kaleidoscope, actually, Miracle Edges. I knew there was a different name they call it. So theirs is the Miracle Edges and Eben is the 48 Hour. Okay, now this one is new for me, the Kaleidoscope. I have been using some of their products. I must say, this edge control is bomb. Okay, and it smells good and it does not flake up. Now with Eben, this hold is very good. I was using this last year and I have started using these other ones because I like them more. However, Eben does a very good job, but you have to get this one. Do not get the 24-hour. Do not get the colorful bins and the scented ones with like animal print on there. They're a waste of time, okay? You have to get the 48-hour, Eben. And then see how this band right here is purple? They have like a regular hold, soft hold, hard hold. This one is extreme firm hold, no flaking. So it's the purple label, but 48 hours. Okay, we'll talk about cost after this, but this is the one. Do not play with any of the other Ebens. Now, healthy edges. I knew I had two healthy edges. Okay, so healthy edges. Mielle Organics Rosemary Mint Line. That one is a healthy edges. It lasts for 24 hours. It's for that day. It's for that morning. It's to slick them down and to apply the next day. Same thing with the Design Essentials. Their Honey and Shea Edge Tamer. It actually works really, really well. It's just they don't last long. Okay, so just be mindful of those. Today, what are we using? Most likely today we will be playing with Kaleidoscope and we will be playing with Shine and Jam. I would do Eco, but the only thing with Eco, put this in your notes, you have to tie it down. So you can put on Eco, but you can't put on Eco and leave. You gotta put on Eco and tie it down. Most of the time with all of my edges though, I don't play games. I tie them down, okay? No matter what product I'm using, I'm tying them down. Now, are you all ready for the strongest hold ever? Okay, so that is the Got To Be. So everyone's been hearing about the Got To Be glued. This one is the freeze spray. It comes in a glue, like an actual tube that's more of a gel formula. It also comes in colors, guys. I had a client recently who didn't really know about it. Actually, I had two clients. There is colored edges. And colored edges, you can get it in black, So when you put it on, it fills in the gaps and it's actual black paste. And then there's other ones that are dark brown and brown. And if you have thin edges, you can apply that there. I have that as well. So if you all want to see that today, just drop it in the chat so I don't forget, or remind me towards the end. So I'm going to take off my headband. And we're going to get ready to do all the edges. Now, yes, we are doing the fronts of my entire front. Now, everyone's hairline is different. My hairline is a perfect circle. So I don't have dip backs, you know, where there's, like in your edges, it'll scoop back a little bit. I have a very small dip right here. See how it curves back? But for the most part, my hairline is straight across. So you want to place your edges where your hairline is. So play around with that, and that's where your combs will come into play. Now we could do that with our little combs though. We don't have to do that with the rat tail comb. So you want to pull them out forward. Now, there are two types of baby hairs. We have your actual baby hairs, and then we have short hair in the front that we turn into baby hair. Okay, so let's be honest. We got two different kinds. Right now, I'm only pulling out my actual baby hairs. So see, I'm just pulling out the light colored. I mean the thinner hair. I said light color because you can't really see it in the camera. But you see that little bit of hair that's coming forward? Now, added edges is this hair right here. You see that? That's shorter hair that I can turn into edges. Okay? Please know the difference, Devines. Don't let people tell you that they got all these thick edges and that hairline is all the way back here. No, that's just short hair in the front, friend. Okay? Now this is just so you can see what your edges look like. So play around with your edges. Even if you don't have a comb, just use your finger and pull that hair forward to see what you have. Okay, you want to know what you're working with first before you just talk about, oh, I'm about to go start swooping. Figure out what you got. Okay, now I don't need all of this hair to do my edges. I have been training my hair to move forward. So let's talk about that, because this is a legit thing that I have been learning with my edges. Excuse me, I have allergies, so I'll be sniffling a little bit. My hair grows back. So all of my hair naturally goes this way. I know some Devines where their actual hair here will grow forward. So it's super easy to just brush and swoop their baby hairs. It does that. Know that if your hair does not naturally grow forward, you can train your hair to do it. Just like you could train it to be straight and you could train it to be damaged, you could train it to do baby hairs, okay? But the biggest thing about being careful with this is to make sure that your scalp is oiled. Not heavy when doing your edges. I'm just saying daily throughout your regular moisturizing process, because you don't want the edge controls to be too harsh where they're breaking your edges off. Okay? Yeah, my baby hair grows down. Ooh, you are lucky, sis. Okay? I have to really make my hair. I've been training it to go forward. As you can see, this right here where my hair swoops down and back, that's trained. It didn't do that before. This side too, where it goes down and then back, that's trained. My edges don't do that, okay? Like I said, I want to play around with the V-Girl. We're going to keep her close. And I'm going to use the blue one as well. I'm going to keep these both going so you all can see what I'm working with. And I'm opening up the Shine Jam. So as you can see, that shine in there, it's a legit gel. It does not move. It is more of a paste, okay? Let me get my wristlet so I could put the edge control on right on my wrist and I don't have to worry about it. Yes, I love this, by the way, if you haven't seen them. I use this on my clients with their makeup and their hair product. And it's a slap wrist. So I keep this on like that. And the product goes right on the plate. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the edge control. So as you can see, this is the Shine and Jam. You can see with the consistency, it's not a lot of movement. Once I touch this plate, it sticks. So that shows you how it works on your hair, okay? This is the one that I use for braiding that I was telling you all about. Now, for this one, I'm gonna do it on my right side. I had some extra on my fingers, so I'm just gonna rub that there. So I'm gonna take my brush and dab it in the product. And I'm doing this like sweeping motion, and that's because I want it to evenly spread across the bristles right there. I don't want it to clump on my brush, okay? I'm going to start at this hairline here. You could start at the top if you want, but I know for me, this piece of hair really does move how I want it to. So I'm applying the product. Now, where you see in the camera is showing up as white right now, it's only because it's clumped. And I haven't added a little bit of water. Okay, so I'm just letting you know that ahead of time. So you see where it's starting to stick? Now, I'm gonna take a little bit of my misting spray. It's just water, like I said. Just a little, not a lot, because too much water will not make these products work. You see what that little spritz of water did. Y'all saw that, right? Okay, I'm just making sure you all saw that because I did. Now, I'm taking this brush and I'm pulling forward. I'll turn a little bit. See this motion? I'm pulling forward. And then I'm going to, as I pull forward, I'm going to press down with my finger, turn my wrist, and work my way up. Use the other finger to stop the hair from moving. Ooh. Okay, that's swoop one. All right, that's just the swoop. Now, see this hair right here? If I wanted all that to be smooth, I could just go straight back with it and hold that down as well. If I wanted to pronounce that swoop right there. So I'm gonna go back in and grab some more. Now, I could either make this into two or one big one. It kind of depends on how I'm feeling and what my hair is doing that day. You don't have to force your hair to do something. Work with what it's doing, okay? So we got a little product there, and I'm gonna put some more here. I feel like we can make it into two swoops. So you can either chop that swoop and make a new one, or you could just kind of make them work together. I feel like they're looking really nice if they work together today. So I'm gonna continue this swoop, press down, push up, and hold with my other finger. And then you rub back. So use your fingers to help you with your edges. That's one of the biggest things. If you're just doing the brush, it's not gonna hold its place. So I'll show you one more time with this one. See, this one I'm gonna pull down a little bit and pull up. Let me grab that hair because it's on my ear. So see how these fingers are holding it in place? There. Use your fingers to help you mold those edges. That's what's really gonna help you get your shape. So I sprayed a little in the front. I'm gonna spray my brush again. I wanted to show you all what it's like with the kaleidoscope edges. And we're gonna play with this area right here. Now, if you're just going straight from jar to brush, you can do that. It's yours. I'm taking a little bit on my finger and I'm putting it on the other side of my plate. You can kind of see how one is a little foggy and one is super clear. The one on top is the Shine and Jam and the bottom one is Kaleidoscope. So when I said it is clear, it is really, really clear. And I like that about it. And all these edge controls smell amazing. So now see this swoop here? See where my hair parts here? That's a natural part and another natural part here. It's kind of like a V. I take this hair and go that way, and I take this hair, go that way, and I take the hair in the middle and I go straight back. That's how my hair is trained. Now, peep these things when you're looking at your edges too. So I'm gonna start at that V right there. I'm gonna apply the product. As I'm applying it, I'm going down and back, because I want that hair to blend in together and that product to be smooth. See how it's starting to look wet, not flaky? That's the vibe you want to go for. So now it's time to shape it and use my fingers. So I'm brushing down. I'm getting ready to put my finger down. I'm swooping back. Make sure you don't take hair from the other edge that we created already. Now see, it's stuck to my finger a little bit. Make sure you pull back, not up. Because if I pull it up, the whole edge is coming off. It's done. It's not going to stay placed. Okay? Now here's another piece here. See that hair? I want to make sure that sticks together. I'm going to show you how to fix this gap we created here. I might be going overboard with my swoops. Go overboard with your swoops, sis. Make it fancy. You can. I'm just starting off with the 101. This is so that everyone can have their edges looking cute and they don't have to worry about stepping outside and not having their edges right. You can overdo the swoops. That is fine. You can add some swirlies. You can do it. Please do it. Okay, so see that V here? See that hair right there? We're gonna make that go back. I'm gonna show you what I mean when I say go back. See that natural part? I'm gonna take this hair and make it go straight back. There we go. I see the glow up coming. Yes, sis. The glow up is arriving, okay? We on this side, we working on this side. So we have this swoop gonna go here. See that natural flow of my hair there? Here's that next break right here. And then that last piece to go around my ear. I'm going back with my Shine and Jam now for this side. I just wanted to show you all how that kaleidoscope looked. So you see I'm applying the product first. Because see, you want to spread that product out. You don't want it to clump. That's one of the biggest mistakes with edges. When you make it clump, it's going to give you that white pasty look. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you because even dried out, I just kept the container so you all could see. This is what your edges will look like. Oh, okay. This is not the old one. This actually is the good one. It's a black bottom, but it's all clear there. What will happen is it turns into gray. Oh, hold on. It wasn't the even one. It's the Design Essentials. Hey, Devines. See that white cast? This will be on your edges if you clump. Okay, this should be clear, but it has a white cast on it. So if you clump up your edges, you're gonna have all that white paste in the front of your hair. And it looks dirty, sis. Please stop the caking of edge control, please. It's not natural. It's not cute. We're not going for it. We're going for the natural edges. Okay, so this is a swoop that way. Now, if I want, I could force this to go the other way, but I'm not because it's working so well this way. So I'm gonna go down, press, and hold. And slide back. Remember, don't lift up because you're gonna lift the edges off your head. I'm gonna apply the product to the next break in my hair. So when do you use the other side of the comb? So if I wanted to use the actual comb, or even the combs on this end, it's for that hair. All edges aren't smooth or flat. Your hair is a lot thicker and you're really trying to separate that hair and make it, make it smooth and lay flat. You need to use your comb. Sometimes when you go over with the brush, it's a little bead of hair that will pop up, or kind of like if you try to slick your curly hair into a bun and you get loops. The comb is to take out the loops to make sure that you don't have clumps in your edges. Some Devine's hair type, it coils tighter than mine. Of course, I'm still recovering from heat damage, so my hair is more wavy right at the root, so I don't have to use a comb as much. But if your edges are really close to your scalp, you need to use that comb to stretch that hair. Okay, so I'm curving that back. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, and then this last break, you see this break here? And you see I'm separating, I'm brushing it down. Now I'm going to rotate my arm because you want to use the angle of the brush as much as you can. I know my hair is a 27C, LOL. Are you doing this with us? Because that is the best time, is to try to do it right while I'm doing it. Because then you can try to tailor it to your hair and then let me know in the chat what's working and not working. Now this would be a good time if I was, which I could keep these tonight and be real cute tomorrow, okay? I would tie my hair down. And when you tie your hair down, I'll show you with how I use my headband, but pretend this is a scarf. But you want to make sure you get you a nice cotton scarf. The reason why I'm saying cotton, normally we always hear satin and silk, okay? That doesn't work for your edges, honestly. Not when you're trying to hold them down, okay? It's about just not making it too tight. You want to fold your scarf about this thick, where it's just about as thick as my headband, okay? And you're going to lay it right at the top of your hair, wrap in the back, come back to the front, tie a knot at the top. When you lay your scarf on your edges, it's going to be laid just like this. I'm only demonstrating with my headband. But when you apply your scarf at night, go a little bit on your forehead to make sure all the edges are covered, and to make sure all of these edges are covered as well, and the beginning of your hair. Even if you're doing a curly look, you want to make sure that you are covering all the edges and evenly. That is the key to your edges. You can't just throw on this product and think that it's going to stay. Even if you're getting ready, do your edges first. Do your edges first. Put the scarf on, put the bonnet on, put the shower cap on, get in the shower. I know people are like, wait a minute. I cannot do my edges and get in the shower. What are you talking about? You would be surprised. Tie it down, hop in, hop out, get dressed. Your edges will be done and ready when it's time to leave the house. Okay? Do your edges first. Even if you're like, no, Devin, you don't understand. I cannot get in the shower. Okay. Shower, Okay, brush your teeth, shower. The first thing you do when you get out the shower is your edges. If this is you in the morning, because you could definitely prep at night, have your edges done at night. Basically what I'm doing now, I can have them ready, wear my scarf. When I wake up, they're super good. If not, if you're doing your edges in the morning, the first thing you do when you hop out of the shower is do that before you put lotion on, before you pick your clothes out, all of that. Let your edges set before you leave the house. If you have a commute and you're in your own car, you can have permission to keep your edge scarf on, okay? You have permission. So, I'm going to take this off one more time so you all can see what they do look like. And I'm using it to pull my hair back so you all can kind of see what it's like to lay that hair down. You have to put your scarf on. That's one of the biggest things that a lot of people miss with their edges is tying them down, because they say, oh no, it's supposed to work, it's supposed to hold. Yeah, but it's not enough. Okay, now what you also could do is apply your Got To Be on top of your, once you set your edges with your edge control, you can use Got To Be for that. And I'll show you what it's like. It's literally an aerosol can and it's really cold. And it's a freeze spray. Now what you do with this is you let it set, and then you take your blow dryer and you blow dry it dry, and it freezes. So we have a couple extra minutes. So what I'll do is I'll show you. Okay, so it is freezing. It's cold. Okay, you can see it kind of gave it this like wet look. So let me grab the blow dryer. That will show you what it does. So if you are interested in freezing your edges, you can. Let me give you a tip though with freezing your edges. It is something you do not do often. It is something that you must wash out within the week. You can keep it for 2, but it's really not healthy for your hair if you're going for healthy edges. It's not a healthy option. It's similar to, it has a lot of alcohol in it, so it's similar to when you use a heavy mousse all the time. It's not really good for them, okay? So I'm giving you a heads up on that. So I'm gonna put it on low, so if it's loud, be ready. So. And I put it on high, so it's hot. I put it on hot, but it's on low. Sorry. Away from them, because you don't want that direct heat. You want indirect heat. Okay. I feel like one side looks better than the other side that I did. You are right. The different sides of your hair act differently. The curls are differently. The texture is different. The density is different. Your edges will do the same thing. So know that they do not act right, okay? Your edges are baby kids. I'm letting you know that now. They do not act right, and they make a big mess. So know that they will not be the same, and one side will always look better than the other. So I'm going to show you there. It has a little bit of a stickiness. I could dry them a little longer. This one is good. I'll show you. It's dry. See, when I move it, the hair isn't moving too much. It's frozen. Oh yeah, this one's frozen too. Okay, so that's what the Got To Be does, and it can be harder. I just didn't apply a lot because I do want to be able to have movement with mine. But if I really wanted my edges to not move, I would have soaked it a little more, where it literally, they make them wet, and then when it dries, it's fully hard and like crispy. I guess I'll say that. I believe that I touched on everything, but before we head out, are there any questions? any questions in the chat or in the question box. I want to make sure that I address them all as we wrap up for this evening. The product details, I normally post them on YouTube, but I have them in the video for most of it. So what do you all think? You think I should still put them in the description box, or it's good? Excuse me. It's allergy season, friends. Okay, cool. I'll do that. Any other questions? I'm checking the chat, making sure I don't miss it.
Surprising.
Oh, thank you.
Says that Occupy have 3 hearts.
I'm not talking to you. You know, these things, they're very interesting. I was not talking to them. I'm talking to my Devines. Bless me. Oh, thank you, Erica. Bless you, too. Thank you for joining in today. I'm so glad I can help you guys out. I know you all have been asking for edges, honey. We have finally done them. Maybe we could do a fancy edges one time. You know, I've been kind of wanting to play with mine, but you know, my hair doesn't act right. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But send me a DM. I want to know, or you can even drop it in the chat really quick. I want to know what I should do with my hair next week. So you all can help me, Devine, because I am stuck. Okay? I was thinking about a braid out. All my ideas always come to me while I'm live. So we'll see how it goes. But you all enjoy the rest of your night. And I love you. Enjoy the rest of your week, please. And you can definitely jump over on my personal page, Devin D. Churchill. I dropped some really cool gems this week. And I went to an apple orchard. And I went to a mental health conversation. It was dope. So yeah, just jump in that. And thank you. Thank you, Devine. I'm more than willing to do this again. And stay tuned. I'll see you next Tuesday. Love ya. Bye.